This video is about protein and specifically how protein can shrink your belly fat faster. You've probably tried everything: eating less, doing more cardio, increasing the amount of exercise you do overall, and nothing is moving the needle. And you've got that stubborn belly fat that you just can't shift. Well, here's the reason. It's not willpower, it's how much protein you're eating. Hello fam, my name's Melissa Neal and I'm the CEO of Body by Bikini, and I've helped over 13,000 women transform their bodies and shrink belly fat, and I'm here to help you do it too. Did you know that protein is actually a natural appetite suppressant that can really work wonders for you? But it's not just how much protein you eat, it's actually when you eat it and what foods you combine it with. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how much protein to eat, how you can fit it into your daily routine, what is the most important part of the day to get your protein in, and why is it especially important for women over 40. And if you'd like to learn more when it comes to the right nutrition, I have some free training which I'm going to link in the description that you can watch after this video. And I'm actually going to throw in some free bonuses for watching it. So you're going to get a free nutrition guide and meal plan. You're going to get my vacation workout guide, and you'll also get my vacation meal guide. So click the link below to access this amazing free content. So first of all, let's talk about the science. And don't worry, I'm going to keep it simple. A key study has shown that both animals and humans, if they fall below a certain amount of protein, what that does is it makes them overeat on carbs and fats to try and get in more protein. In the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, they carried out a study where some people were taking in 15% of their calories through protein, and the other set of people were taking 30% of their calories with protein. And guess what? The people that were taking only 15% of their calories with protein ate 441 calories more, and they missed out on the 13 pounds of fat on those that were eating 13% of their calories through protein. So you stand to be losing out on losing all that fat if you're not taking your protein high. So summing that up, protein, if we're not getting the amount that I'm going to share with you in, what happens is our brain tells us that we need more food, and it literally keeps us eating more until we've reached that protein target, because our minds don't know whether we're eating protein, carbs and fats. It's called the protein leverage effect. So what does that mean? Well, it means if you start off your day with a low protein breakfast, for example, like toast and nut butter, and I know people think nut butter has high protein, but it actually doesn't. You'd have to be eating huge amounts to get enough protein in. Your body is going to keep nudging you to snack, and you're going to crave more. But when you hit your protein target early in the day, and I'm going to show you how much this is later on, you actually find that you feel full and satisfied and you don't feel like snacking. And I know that's what happens to me and my clients. After breakfast, I literally do not feel like eating for hours, maybe 4-5 hours after that. And it's going to keep your energy levels stable, and your metabolism gets a serious boost. So what did that study show? Well, the study showed that the average adult needs 0.6 to 0.7 grams of protein per pound in body weight. But next, I'm going to tell you why that's actually not enough for women over 40. You guys and me, we actually need more. Here's the truth. 0.6 grams of protein per pound in body weight is literally not enough, because I've learned this with the 13,000 women I've worked with when I put them on a high protein eating protocol, which is a lot more than that 0.6 grams per pound in body weight. This is the reason why, as we age, we're actually losing more muscle, around 1% of our muscle mass every single year after the age of 40. And muscle is what keeps our metabolism fast, and it shrinks our belly fat. So for us, I recommend at least 0.8 grams of protein per pound in body weight, because that's what's going to keep our appetite suppressed and boost our metabolism. That's the lowest point, 0.8 grams, but generally I recommend 1 gram of protein per pound in body weight. Now, that might sound like an awful lot, but it's absolutely achievable if you know how to put your meals together. And I'm going to show you how in this video. First off, you want to front load your day with protein. So for breakfast, you want 30 or 40 grams of protein in that one breakfast. I know some of you will say, well, I don't eat until midday. That is literally your breakfast. Breakfast is breaking your fast. That early boost switches off your hunger hormones and keeps your energy boosted through the day. Examples of this include Greek yogurt with berries, and it's really good to add in protein powder to your Greek yogurt, so it's like makes it really substantial in terms of protein. Eggs, which could be scrambled or in an omelette form. You could put that together with salmon and whole grain sourdough. Or if you're vegan, go for scrambled tofu or tempeh and have that with like veggies, tomatoes and peppers, for example, and then whole grain sourdough. And here is my go-to breakfast for loading protein at the start of the day. This is what I give to my clients. This is what I eat myself. My clients absolutely love it, and that's protein pancakes. So we're going to go in with a third of a cup of oats. So I'm going to blend it up so it's like flour. You could buy oat flour as well, but any kind of light blender you can do this. Got 1 banana there. I prefer to have a very ripe banana for making these kinds of dishes. It's just going to give it a sweetness that you don't get if you had a green banana, for example. Then I'm going to put some protein powder in there. 3 heaped tablespoons of cottage cheese, because there's actually 49 grams of protein in this dish. Cottage cheese. And then I've got 2 eggs there. I'm just going to put a teaspoon of baking powder in there, because this is going to make them nice and fluffy. If it's a bit too thick, I'll probably just add a splash of plant milk in there. That's a bit thick, so I'm just going to add just a tiny amount of plant milk, not too much. So now we're going to cook the pancakes. So I'm going to just spray a little bit of oil in the pan there, only a small amount of oil, and then I've just got to heat that up for a second. And we've got the pancake batter there, so we're going to just cook these pancakes one by one. If you wanted to, you could use a waffle machine, and a lot of my clients use that and they say it comes out really well. So now I'm just going to pour in some of the pancake batter, and we're just going to cook that on each side now. So that's the first pancake ready. I was probably going to make about 4 or 5 pancakes. It's very filling. That's the delicious protein pancakes made, and there's about 4 there this time, but you could make generally 3 or 4. I'm going to add some raspberries in there, and then we'll also put some blueberries. So you could kind of have about 100 grams, like half a cup of blueberries and raspberries, or any kind of berries. It could be blackberries, it could be strawberries. Depends on the season and what you've got available to you, but berries are a great non-inflammatory food that are really healthy for you. And if you wanted to, I'm not going to today, but you could add in some maple syrup, but obviously that's going to add calories. So there you have some delicious protein pancakes. If you're vegan, skip using the cottage cheese, and instead of eggs, do flax seeds mixed with water, which is like a flax or a chia seed egg. That's how you can overcome that. And that is 579 calories and 49 grams of protein, 65 grams of carbs and 15 grams of fat. So that's going to keep you going for the next 4 to 5 hours. So that was step number 1. It's like make sure you're loading your protein at breakfast time. Step number 2 is pair your protein with calcium. Calcium-rich foods are not just great for your bone health. They're actually really great for developing your muscle and stabilising your metabolism. Think like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, sardines with bones in them, fortified plant milks and tofu and tempeh. Combine your calcium with protein. So you might have Greek yogurt and add protein powder, or I showed you those incredible pancakes where I've added cottage cheese. This gives your body a double benefit of fat burning and bone building. Step number 3, include protein at every single meal and snack. So for breakfast, I showed you there, have 30 to 40 grams of protein. For lunch, have 25 to 35 grams of protein. For dinner, have 25 to 35 grams of protein. And then for your snack, have around 20 grams of protein. Snacks could be things like a protein shake. It could be some Greek yogurt. It could be some cottage cheese. It could be edamame beans. The list goes on. Step number 4, plan to eat protein around your workouts. So have a pre-workout snack to boost your energy and performance with your workout. I like to have like rice cakes and cottage cheese right before a workout. And then after your workout, make sure you've had one of those protein-rich meals that I've just described within an hour of working out. Next, I'm going to show you some easy ways that you can stay consistent with eating a high amount of protein. But just as a reminder, don't forget you can take part in my free training by clicking the link below, and it's like a free training with a deep dive on all this stuff that I've talked about in terms of losing belly fat and getting the amount of protein and the exercise you need. But I'm also going to throw in some free bonuses for watching. So you're going to get my free nutrition guide and meal plan and 2 fantastic vacation guides. One all around working out and the other one is all around food. So how do you stay consistent? Well, I've been consistent with protein, I would say, at least for the last 5 years. And so this is what I've learned. Keep easy protein options to hand. So have things like protein shake, Greek yogurt, canned tuna or salmon, and tofu cubes just ready to be eaten in the fridge. Have 1 or 2 days a week where you meal prep and you've got like some food already cooked, especially your protein sources. It could be ground turkey, it could be chicken, it could be tofu again. Don't forget about your hydration, because your hydration levels do impact on your appetite. Sometimes we mistake thirst for hunger. So keep sipping water or even electrolytes. Add flavour to your protein. I love to use spices, herbs, and all the kinds of flavours that are just going to elevate your experience, and then you don't feel like you're having to eat this or you're missing out. Just watch out for things like sauces, you know, like your ketchups and things like that, because they're loaded with calories and sugars. So let's do a recap on everything we've learned. You need to be getting in 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound in your body weight once you hit over the age of 40. Try and hit 30 to 40 grams of protein for breakfast. Combine your protein with calcium-rich foods. Space your protein through the day to keep you satisfied. And ensure that you're eating protein around your workouts. When you're doing this consistently, you'll notice your appetite dropping and your belly fat shrinking. And this can often happen in a matter of weeks or sometimes days. And as a reminder, if you'd like to learn more about the right nutrition for women over 40, click the link in the description and join my free training where I'm going to throw in some amazing bonuses just for watching the training. And that's my free nutrition guide and meal plan and 2 vacation plans to keep you on track. And let me know in the comments below how you found this video and whether you're going to incorporate any of the tips that I've talked about to get your protein in.